Is JP Morgan a good stock to buy right now? In this video, I will go over some of the news surrounding JP Morgan along with their current finances in order to deduce whether this is a good stock for your investment as of late 2024 going into 2025. Starting off with the year-to-date chart for JP Morgan, we are up 42.39% on the year-to-date. Just this month, JP Morgan is up 8.96%. And an awful lot of this growth was around the election date. And currently it is down 1.97% on the 5-day chart, with a fairly weak PE ratio of 13.46 and an EPS of 17.99. In this article, it is Jim Cramer on JP Morgan. It will come down, you can buy, is what the title states. So what this article states is that the recent hike in all of the US stocks is just essentially a big celebration with regards to Donald Trump taking office in January. So Jim Cramer seems to be bullish on JP Morgan, this being a fact of he reckons the stock is going to take a tumble within the next few weeks, and coming into 2025 he expects the stock to just start rising again, with their Q3 results being a notable boost in their profitability, with a large part of this being a combination of a increased net interest income and a lower non-interest expense, with JP Morgan ranking 4th on Jim Cramer's stocks that will go higher under a Trump presidency. So moving on to JP Morgan's balance sheet, I am able to conduct a quick liquidity ratio by essentially just doing the total cash in which the company has per quarter divided by the total debt. For Q3, they had a liquidity rate of 1.79. This essentially means that for every dollar of debt JP Morgan owe, they have $1.79 to pay this back in liquid cash. For the year ago Q3, they had a liquidity rate of 2.1. So this is actually not an improvement on last year. However, if we do take a look at the Q2 for this year, they had a liquidity rate of 0.92, which is not ideal. So it seems that JP Morgan was at an all-time high, well, not an all-time high, a high here, a low here, and now they're getting back up to a high here. And the idea is under a Trump presidency, this could go even higher. Moving on to the income statement for JP Morgan, using the trailing 12 months chart, I can deduce a retention rate to be 31.03%. This is really, really strong for JP Morgan, as you really want to see a stock above 10%, so 30% is very good. It's similar to the likes of McDonald's, who are actually having difficulties at the moment. I've just made a video on McDonald's recently, so if you're interested in the issues going on there, go give that a watch. Moving on to the free cash flow for JP Morgan, this is a bit suspicious. I'm not entirely sure why they've got such bad trailing 12-month free cash flow. Their Q3 was down 74 million or billion. I'm not entirely sure. It's in thousands. But you essentially want to see this increasing quarter on quarter. However, this is quite a volatile free cash flow. This could be due to their financial structure with paying back debt, stock buybacks, or even paying out dividends, which JP Morgan pay out a dividend of 2.09%. So when you have billions of shares, 2.9% of those, you got to give back the money. Well, you got to give back 2.9% of the money in which you have accumulated within the share. So they owe a lot of money back to their shareholders essentially, but that won't be just the issue for that free cash flow at all. There will be other factors within that. Moving on to a MSM projection, I always find these a bit pointless because it says it's either going to go up or down. So there you go. There's the answer for you guys. It's either going to go up or down. Like, okay, cool. But essentially it's saying that it could go up above 280 or it could possibly go to about 190. I think it will be starting to take a bit of a hit now, but I don't think it will go anywhere. I think it will at worst go to 215, but that's my personal opinion. So that concludes this video. I personally believe that we are going to see a small bearish situation in the near future. However, with a Trump presidency, I do agree that this is going to be a really strong 2025 for JP Morgan. However, I'm not a financial advisor. These are all just my own opinions. If you are going to invest, please do your own research before investing into a stock. With that being said, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, possibly even a subscribe, and I'll see you for the next video.